And in your chosen seated position, I invite you to place your hands facing down on your knees. The fingers wrap around the edges. And if you'd like, unite the tip of the thumb with the tip of the forefinger. Jana Mudra, the yogic symbol for grounding. As you do ground, allow yourself to move around a little bit, whether it's circles of the head, which usually makes me feel as though I'm spiraling anything that I don't need down through me into the earth where it's absorbed. Feel free to let your eyes flutter closed, to really drop out of the mind into the body from the get-go and allow the body to guide you. So over the weekend with the full moon, I was striving to explain intention setting to my 3-year-old daughter. She closed her eyes and put her tiny little hand on her heart as I directed her to really drop in and feel what her heart truly desires, what she'd really, really like to have in her life. She started to breathe slowly and deeply, like a real miniature yogi. And I told her to imagine that thing that her heart desires more than anything else. And to feel what it would feel like to have that thing. What happiness or joy or relief would feel like in her body, if it would feel like a flutter in her heart, or a tingle in her fingers. That feeling of having exactly what you need, exactly what you want, when nothing is lacking at all. When your wish has been fulfilled. When she brought her other tiny little hand onto her heart, she was really feeling it. And then I asked her what it is that she desires. And she said, cats. 4 pink cats. And she was feeling it so profoundly that I wouldn't be surprised in the least if 4 pink cats showed up in our lives in some way by her magnificent manifesting powers. So I invite you, just like a 3-year-old would, to set an intention no matter how wild or imaginative or obscure, abstract, or far off it seems. Go ahead and set that intention for your 4 pink cats. And conjure up that sensation. Perhaps an expansion from the heart through the rib cage that just fills the thoracic spine as if it were all aflutter. Or maybe it's kind of a tickle in the solar plexus or around the 2nd chakra. And with that feeling in heart, take a deep breath in. Feel your heart expand. Feel that intention ignited. Whatever the sensation is, the way that you physically feel when you have what your heart desires, a little more of that. With an exhalation, send that heartfelt intention down all the way through your body, below the surface of the earth, planted to be nourished. Follow the next inhalation. From that intention, that seed, back up into you. The belly fills, the lungs inflate, causing the entire rib cage to expand. The awareness, breath infused, intentional light flows up the neck to the top of the skull, lifts it a little higher. The whole body seated a little more effortlessly. Through nose or mouth, let the exhalation go, as if you're further sending that intention out into the universe so that you can let go. The jaw softens, the shoulders melt, the elbows loosen, the hips do too, and the awareness presses deep into the roots. Feel your intention, yourself, anchor to your mat, to your practice. Now follow the awareness, the consciousness, straight up the spinal column, through all four parts, both sets of curves, each vertebrae. Might feel good to roll the shoulders back a bit to expose the heart. Maybe behind the closed lids, the gaze rises upward, using that yogic stare, the drishti, to further lift intention into space. Again, through nose or mouth, your choice. Let the exhale go. Now maybe you let your chin fall toward your chest. The spine can round a bit, the belly squeezes in toward it, releasing any lingering stagnant breath. The awareness floods into the roots. Maybe the intention begins to sprout. And with the next inhalation, the awareness zips straight up the central energy channel, synonymous with the spinal column. The shoulders roll back if you like. Maybe the chin rises, the whole face turning up. And with the exhalation, flip the palms up toward the sky, as if holding handfuls of breath, a little heavy. As you inhale, lift the palms up, all the way up overhead. Squish them together at the top. And with the exhalation, draw the hands past the eyes down to the heart. Just one inhale here. Anjali Mudra, squeeze the palms together. Feel how that motion lets you grow a little taller right where you sit. With the exhale, press the palms out to the sides, as if you were sending the breath out, expanding into this beautiful bubble around you. Flip the palms up. And with the inhale, reach up, the fingers gracefully tracing the contour of your bubble, your greenhouse. Now with this exhalation, just lower the right hand down to the right. Press into that palm as the left arm reaches way up overhead for a sweet lateral stretch. Stay. Or with your inhale, you can lift slightly and squeeze the left elbow in toward the side, cactus style. If you have, with the exhale, reach back up and over the same way. Maybe you sink down all the way onto the right elbow. With your inhale, let's cartwheel upright. Drop the left hand to the left. And with the exhale, lift the right hand up. overhead. Feel the length through the right side of you. Stay, or with the inhale, lift and scrunch. With the exhale, reach and lower. As you inhale, cartwheel up. Drop the right hand behind you. Bring the left hand to the right knee. With the exhale, use the gentle leverage of the hands to twist. Lower the chin slightly to keep the neck long. With the inhale, feel yourself lengthen. Upon that axis, Sushumna Nadi, crown of the head is lifted a little higher. With the exhale, everything softens. Potentially, you deepen your twist. And as you inhale, turn to face the front. Let it be kind of dramatic, a little big motion. As you exhale, wrap the right arm over the left, so you've got an X. Inhaling, wind the arms up like eagle. Lift the elbows. You can even have a little arch in the spine if you like. And with the exhale, draw the elbows toward the belly, chin toward the chest. Let the spine round. As you inhale, lift up. With the exhale, unwind into your twist to the left. Take it so slow that you're twisting until the last bit of breath escapes the lungs, and then you pause for an inhale that illuminates that central axis. Let the crown rise, but the shoulders stay low. And with the exhale, everything softens, only deepening the twist if it happens naturally. As you inhale, turn the face forward. Exhale, and that back arm wraps over the front. Inhale, and then wind up like eagle, lift as high as feels good. And with the exhale, squeeze all the breath away. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to unwind. Palms to the earth in front of you. Roll over the knees into tabletop. And here you go, making your way into this familiar pose, however feels good. But take your time, take a few breaths. Perhaps a sway side to side. A little snaky in the spine. As you establish that equilibrium between the two physical sides and the energetic. It might feel good to let your chin roll across your chest. Or even to roll the weight around the palms of the hands. With your next inhalation, pause still. Notice how grounding into the palms and the knees and the tops of the feet allows the back of the body to lift a little higher, to feel a little stronger. With the exhale, press back into child's pose. Just one cycle of breath. Keep it active, pressing into the fingertips, the heels of the hands, elbows lifted, spine rounded. And with your next inhalation, lift that rounded form up into cat pose. Chin stays tucked, shoulders shift until they're above the fingertips. You dip into cow as the lungs fully inflate. With the exhale, the sacrum is drawn back in the direction of the heels. The last bit of breath leaves the body round up into cat pose. As you move forward, the inhale begins. Fully inflate, cow pose. Exhale, and you're drawn back and up into cat. Shift forward until the inhale takes you into cow pose. Let's go for 3 more rounds in your own time. Rolling cat-cows, articulating the spine so beautifully. You're always welcome to drop back into traditional if you prefer. To add some circles to the head or the hips. To change the direction of the fingertips for some action in the wrists. Or anything else you'd like to invent. Anything that embodies the intention. Anything that better allows you to feel the way it feels to have what your heart desires. With your next inhalation, let's meet up in cow pose. Spin the eyes of the elbows forward. As you exhale, lower the heart to the earth between the thumbs, so the elbows graze the sides as you go. With an inhale, glide into Cobra Pose. Thighs meet the mat, lower belly follows, heart lifts. As you exhale, lower down to earth. Gentle pull on the hands to lengthen the torso as it meets the mat. Slide your legs a little further back, spread your toes. And with your inhale, peel up into a second cobra, maybe a little higher than the last. Full exhalation to lower down to earth. The belly, the heart, the forehead. And an inhale to peel up into one more Bhujangasana, maybe even higher yet. As you exhale, lower down to earth. With an inhale, slide the hands forward all the way off the front edge of the mat, Superman style. Get as long as you can. Let the exhalation pour out of you. The whole body melts a little further onto the mat. One more inhale here. The weight of the body grounding, calming the nervous system, allowing you to feel. With the exhale, slide the hands back in line with the heart. Inhale up to tabletop position. Tuck your toes. And with the exhale, glide into downward facing dog. As the hips lift, the head goes heavy. You might start to pedal through the feet. Shift the weight from hand to hand. If the hamstrings need a little heat. If they don't, you might prefer a twist. Right hand can reach back for the left ankle. And then the other side. Just one more round of breath to move or be still in down dog as best serves you. As best personifies your intention. And with your next inhalation, lift way up onto your toes. Exhaling, bend your knees as shallow or as deep as you'd like. The belly moves toward the thighs. The head goes really heavy. And with your next inhale, straighten the knees. Rise even higher onto your toes, gaze forward. Use a full exhale to tiptoe or step up to the top of the mat. As the feet approach the hands, ground the toes, the balls of the feet, and then the heels, not hips width distance apart. Inhaling, lift slightly. Give a little wiggle of the tailbone. See if you can find some more space in the lower back and the lower abdomen. With the exhale, fold into that space. Now the arms can just hang, or you can clasp opposite elbows. Stillness might be the way to decompress your spine today. Or you can take a sway from side to side. Real linear like a pendulum. Or more of a figure-8 motion. This depends on that feeling that you're invoking. Is it playful or graceful or more static? Do you need grounding or energizing? One more inhalation here. Take it through your nose. Through your mouth, let an exhalation go. Release the elbows if you've got them. Put a bend in the knees, anywhere from a soft touch all the way to a deep squat. Imagine those roots, intention planted way below. Follow the inhale from there upward. Start to rise. The legs fill with breath. The trunk follows, the spine aligns, and the head stacks on top. With the exhale, roll your shoulders back. And in Tadasana, you You can close your eyes if you'd like as we take a few breaths. As always, stillness or motion welcome. That could be a sway from heels to toes, a circle of the hips or the head. Whatever it takes to tip that intention-infused breath through every cell of the body, through all 72,000 energy channels within. One more full round of breath here. And with your next inhalation, let's reach up overhead. Unite the palms in Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, bend the left knee. Both hands reach for it and squeeze it in toward the body for a standing pawanmuktasana. With your inhalation, Warrior 3, airplane pose. So you're sending the left leg back. Let the arms follow it. The crown reaches forward in the opposite direction. Stay for an exhalation. The inner thighs roll together here rather than hips opening. Another deep breath in. Can you get any longer? Now with the exhale, start to bend the standing knee. Step way back into a lunge. Inhale, and we'll reach all the way up to the sky. Right knee straightens up. As you exhale, rebend the right knee. Clasp opposite elbows. And here we'll take a round of breath, a little exploration. Maybe you move, hinging the body from right to left a little. Just an exploration, noticing where you are, finding what you need. One more breath in. With the exhale, let's press open into Warrior 2. Just like we did seated, send the arms out as if the breath was expanding into the space around you. Inhale, you can take a little lift, a little wobble or a wiggle, maybe a wider stance, just to soften up, to find it. With the exhale, set the gaze, the drishti out over the front hand. Now let's pause for an inhale that flows up, that sensation of prana vayu. Feel your own strength here. The exhale washes back down over you, showing you the other side, the softness. As you inhale, straighten the right knee. Reach both arms up to the sky. Feel the rib cage lengthen. With the exhale, sink back down into Warrior 2, palms up. Inhaling, bring the left hand to the heart. Right arm overhead for a modified reverse warrior. As you exhale, lift up. Right hand replaces left. Left arm reaches overhead for a modified side angle. Inhale, and we'll cartwheel up to reverse triangle. So left hand drops to the back of the left leg. Right knee straightens. Exhale, and we'll lift. Reach. Lower the right hand for triangle pose. I'd like to place the right palm in the center of the right shin for support. Up to you if you'd like to take it lower. But with an inhale, imagine the breath rolling from the right fingers up the arm, through the chest, up the hand in the sky. Can you get a little lighter in your pose? Stay for an exhalation. Next inhale, we're cartwheeling up to stand. Arms parallel with the earth. Spin the right toes to parallel with left, so you're sideways on your mat. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Lower the hands to the earth in line with the feet for Prasarita Padottanasana A. Now a few breaths here. You can stick with tradition, drawing the crown of the head toward that same line the hands and feet are in. Or you're welcome to vary by crawling the fingers forward or back, or even floating the legs up to the sky. Keep the breath flowing, fueling that intention. Let it cycle through your entire being, through each sacred shape you create with your body. If your legs are in the sky, straddle. A little posterior tilt of the pelvis, flex the feet, set them back on the earth. Now let's all place our hands right along that left edge of the mat. With an inhale, press into them to lengthen the spine up. As you exhale, bend the left knee. Can be just a little bit. You can keep the hips pretty high in this first skater's pose. Inhale. And with the exhale, let's switch sides. Left knee straightens, right knee bends for just one big breath in. With the exhale, crawl the hands back around toward the front. Keep the right knee bent, hands surround that right foot. Inhale, and we'll lift the left leg. Anywhere from toes hovering off the mat, all the way up into standing split. Your choice, depending on how you feel and what your heart desires. Stay for an exhalation. Maybe you grip the standing ankle with one hand or both. One more inhale. If you've got the ankle, take the fingertips back to the earth. With the exhalation, teardrop pose, a curtsy. So you'll start to bend both knees. Lower the left toes behind the right ankle, maybe off the right edge of the mat. Lift the heart. Yes, you got it. And with your inhalation, you're going to slide the left foot over to parallel, hips width distance from right. Peace fingers and thumbs grip the big toes for pawanmuktasanas. As you inhale, pull up on your toes. Get really long from tailbone through crown. Some tension in the arms. With the exhale, squeeze the belly toward the thighs, crown toward the earth, knees bent or straight. Now your choice, as always, to stay low and still, Ashtanga style, or to roll with the breath as you like, maybe rising on the inhales, as if expanding breath between heart and legs, squishing into that space with the exhales. You might turn it into a sway, or your own dance with the breath. Deep, deep breath in. The whole thoracic spine lengthens. The whole torso fills. As you release that exhale, release your toes. Bend the knees any amount. A full inhale to roll up to stand as a blossoming. Give your shoulders a shimmy. Shake it out, loosen up. And with the exhale, roll the shoulders back. Now in Tadasana, be as you please, still in any motion that you'd like. Or if you'd like, with an inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides like wings. Open your heart wide. With the exhale, if you're following me, give yourself a hug, wrapping hands around shoulders. Drop chin to chest, elbows toward belly. The knees would probably bend a little. And wherever you are with your next inhalation, reach up for Urdhva Hastasana. The hands pressed together. As you exhale, go for your right knee. That standing pawanmuktasana. Squeeze it in any amount. And with your inhale, we're opening up into airplane pose, Virabhadrasana 3. Flex the right toes, press the crown forward, Exhale. One more inhale. The heart gets a little lighter. The fingers reach back a little further. And with the exhale, we'll take that big step back into your hovering lunge. Inhale so profoundly you reach up, you straighten up. Press into the back toes. And with the exhale, dip back into your lunge, your crescent. Clasp opposite elbows. Now as you breathe here, you might take a circle with the forearms, a sway right to left. What's going on in the upper back? What's happening in the back thigh? One more breath in, even it out now. And with the exhale, press open to warrior two. As the arms extend to parallel the back heel grounds. And an inhale to check out where you are, to open up your stance, to do what you need. And exhale to set the drishti. One full breath in, super strong. Can you feel the heart beating here within this one breath? The exhale washes down over you. That's Apana Vayu. The downward motion, the grounding. With the inhale, straighten the left knee, lift the arms up like you're sending the breath to the sky. With the exhale, sink back into warrior two, palms up like you're holding handfuls of breath. Right hand to the heart. Inhale for your reverse warrior variation. Big length through the left side. With the exhale, lift left-handed chest, right arm overhead for your side angle. Inhale as your big cartwheel up to reverse triangles. Left knee straightens. And with the exhale, triangle pose. First lift. Take your slide forward. As you lower, strive to maintain length in the left side of the body. The inhale, let your wings expand. Exhale, you might press the hips ever so slightly forward. As if you were holding on to something with the right hand. Use it to lift you with your inhale up. Quarter turn on your mat. As you exhale, drop hands to the hips so the fingers wrap around the front. Squeeze the elbows toward one another behind you. Inhale and you'll lift the heart, the gaze as well. With the exhale, bow over the fingers at the creases of the hips. It helps often to get a little traction if you pull back on the fingers. At the bottom, let the head go so heavy that it naturally brings some spaciousness to the whole spine, not only the cervical vertebrae and the neck. A few breaths here, sticking with tradition, or you're welcome to vary for any reason, dropping the hands if you prefer, rising up if you want. With your next inhalation, lift up just enough to plant the palms right along the edge of the mat. With an exhale, take that bend in the right knee for skater's pose, Skandasana. Now if it feels good, you can let the hips sink a little lower, flex the left toes skyward. One breath in, you might extend the arms out to the sides or bring the hands to the heart. With the exhale, we're switching sides. You can keep the hands lifted or use them on the earth for balance. One breath as you wish. The left knee is bent now. With the exhale, turn to face the front of the mat. Ground the right toes so the hips square up. And with the inhale, lift the right leg up. Any amount, your standing split, doesn't matter how high. With the exhale, let the head become a little heavier. Choose if you'd like to grip the standing ankle or not. One more inhale, fingers to the earth, spread the toes in the sky. And with the exhale, lower them for your teardrop curtsy. As the hips sink, the heart lifts. As you inhale, we're dragging that right foot over to step onto the right palm for Urdhva Hastasana. Feet hips width distance, slide the left hand beneath the left foot. Consider bending your knees so the belly lies across the thighs for your first big breath in. Pull up on your feet. Feel the sweet release through the wrists and the hands. And with the exhale, bow into your pose. The crown is magnetized toward the earth here. And again, you choose what to do. To be still, the breath the only thing moving, or to move with the breath in some way that personifies the intention you set. How can you feel the way you would feel when you have what your heart desires? One more breath in. With the exhale, release the hands, bend the knees any amount. And with your inhale, roll up to stand. Circle the wrists as you rise. You might even squeeze the hands into fists. With the exhale, roll the shoulders back. Open the palms wide, spread the fingers apart. And in Tadasana, take a scan as the breath rises upward through the legs, beyond the trunk, up the crown. The exhale rolls back down again, softening everything in its wake. As you inhale, reach up to the sky. With the exhale, squeeze the elbows down toward the sides, angel wings. Inhale, and the hands reach back up high. With the exhale, go for your left knee. You might lean back a bit if you dare. The inhale, warrior three. Take it slow, sending the crown forward as the left heel presses back. Just this one breath. The exhale, step back into your hovering lunge. Inhale, and we'll reach up, straighten the right knee up. With the exhale, sink back down into your lunge. Now here you can bring the hands to cradle the head, or you can drop the right hand back to the left leg. Wherever you've chosen, go for your exploration, maybe a lateral stretch. If you've got left hand in the sky, reach it up a little higher, over to the right. If you've got the head clasped, you might lean it back into the hands. One more inhale wherever you are. With the exhale, that dramatic press open to warrior two. One deep breath in, situate. With the exhale, set it. Inhale to straighten the right knee, reach the arms up, press the palms together. With the exhale, sink back down into your warrior two. Left hand to the heart. Inhale for your reverse warrior variation. With the exhale, lift, right hand to the heart. Side angle variation. Inhale to reverse triangle. Add in any flair you wish, maybe a circle the wrists on the way. And with the exhalation, triangle pose. Option to extend both arms forward this time for a little core work. One deep breath in, slow breath out. And an inhale to cartwheel up to stand. Take that quarter turn on your mat. Exhaling, drop the hands back to interlace at the sacrum. As you inhale, lift the heart, the gaze. Exhaling, we'll trace a line with the gaze along the ceiling, down the wall, across the earth as you fold into Prasarita Padottanasana. See. At the bottom, that clasp can rest on the lower back or it can reach way up overhead. As always, you're welcome to adjust or modify. If you choose to stay bound, consider squeezing the heels of the hands together to alleviate pulling strain in the wrist. The clasp and the crown move in opposite directions for one more cycle of breath. With your next inhale, lift up just about halfway. Release the clasp, hands to the earth. With an exhale, take that bend in the left knee for Skandasana. As low as feels right to you. Inhale, and you might open the arms wide by taking the left fingers out in front of the left knee, right arm to the sky. With the exhale, we'll switch sides. Inhale, maybe you open the arms. With the exhale, turn to face the front of the mat. Hands around the right foot. Inhaling, the left leg rises for your version of standing split. As you exhale, you might clasp the standing ankle. You might plant the palms and take a few calf raises or even hops toward handstand. Or you could bend that knee in the sky. Take the right hand up to reach for it. If you're hopping, press the earth away with both hands, each finger. Send those left toes into the sky like you're getting longer between the earth and the sky. One more inhale wherever you are. If you've got the foot in hand, press. And with the exhale, your teardrop, curtsy. As you inhale, drag that left foot across the mat, this time all the way off the left edge. Bend the knees, sink the hips down into Malasana, your garland pose. Good. As you exhale, crawl the fingers forward. A gentle wiggle of the hips helps negotiate space for the rib cage between the thighs. Let your head just drop between the shoulders. Full release of the neck, the upper back. One full deep inhalation. Maybe the exhale rolls out through your mouth. And an inhale to walk the fingers back in toward the body. With your exhale, slowly start straightening the legs a bit. Slide the left foot back onto the mat. And with your inhale, roll up to stand. You might shimmy the shoulders or circle the wrists. And at the exhalation, roll the shoulders back. Feel yourself lean back into the heels. Toes might even lift. Now ground all 10 of them, spread wide apart. Press into them as you inhale. Feel that influx of prana rise. That sensation you conjured to coincide with your intention flutters from the heart. The exhale washes over you. Bit of ease. Little comfort, knowing you're supported. Another breath as you like. You might take a twirl side to side. Just letting the arms flop wildly. The hands might even hit the body. Like a 3-year-old would do. Just letting go. Next inhale, Tadasana, stillness. Notice any tingle in the hands, in the fingers. Exhale. With an inhale, reach up overhead for one final round. As you exhale, go for your right knee, drawing it in, or maybe leaning back a little. With your inhale, Virabhadrasana 3. As the right heel presses back, the crown shoots forward. The exhale, step into your hovering lunge. Inhale, so deeply rise up, reach up. And with the exhale, sink into your Anjaneyasana with the head clasped. Or you might drop left hand back to right leg, this time for the big stretch through the right side of the body. A full round of breath, moving, exploring as you please. Inhale. Exhale into Warrior 2. Use the entire release of breath to make your way into your pose. And then an inhale to loosen up a little. The exhale, get strong, take the gaze ahead. And with the inhale, rise up out of it. Reach up to the sky. The exhale, sink back in. Right hand comes to the heart lovingly. Inhale for your reverse warrior. With the exhale, lift. Left hand replaces right. Right arm reaches overhead for side angle. Inhale and you flow up into your reverse triangle. The exhale carries you into one more Trikonasana, traditional or both arms elevated. Breathe in, heart opens. Breathe out, feet root. And an inhale to cartwheel up to stand. Quarter turn on your mat, arms parallel with it. And as you exhale, fold. Now send the heart forward, maintaining length through the spine. As you lower the hands to the ankles or to the big toes for Prasarita D. With an inhale, press into whatever you're clasping to lengthen up. And with the exhale, power up your grip to squeeze into right where you need to go. And once you're there, choose again stillness or tiny, barely perceptible motion that has a profound impact on the flow of the prana through the shape you've created. With your next inhalation, release the palms to the edge of the mat, press into them, heart buoyant. As you exhale, bend the right knee for Skandasana. The tailbone drops low if you're going there. And with an inhale, you might take that right arm out in front of the knee, left arm up to the sky. Let's stay. As you exhale, you might wrap the left arm behind you for a partial bind, or take the right hand back to meet it for a full. One more inhale as you are. You might roll the left shoulder back just a bit, maybe lift the gaze. And with the exhale, we'll switch sides. Inhale is your option to open up, really getting that left shoulder in front of the left knee. Exhale, and you might take the half or full bind. One big breath in. Can the right shoulder roll back? Does the gaze want to rise up above it? With the exhale, unwind to the front of the mat. Hands around that bent left knee. Inhale is the right leg lifting to your version of standing split as it is here and now. Choose if you'd like to test the balance by clasping, by hopping. Now, if you're going for it, spread the fingers wide apart. Hands shoulder width distance. Lift onto the left toes. Feel the weight stack into the hands. See that the shoulders are above the wrists. The last part is the hips, getting above the shoulders. If you want Chalasana, bend the knee in the sky. Left hand reaches up for the foot. And if you've got it with an inhale, press the foot into the hand. The exhale, let's all teardrop one final time. Inhale, and the right toes drag across the mat, off the right edge. The hips sink into Malasana, your garland pose. Now with the fingers on the earth, use the elbows to encourage the knees open. Stay as you are or bring the hands back into Anjali Mudra to do the same. Tailbone slightly tucked for length in the lower back. The chin gently tipped down for the same in the neck. Breathe in. And out. One more inhale, palms pressed together. If they're at heart center, maybe you pick up the heartbeat. With the exhale, lower fingertips to the mat if they're not there. We'll start to straighten the knees just about halfway up. You're just going to slide the right knee behind the left ankle and come down to sit. And lower yourself all the way onto your back. Back of the head meets the mat. Let's stay for one breath in. Extend the arms up overhead. Twirl the wrists on the way. As you exhale, let the knees drop over to the right. In your twist, you can ground the left sole, or you can wind the legs further up like eagle. You might scoot the hips to the left. Feel free to adjust the arms if you need, and then to take a breath in through the nose. Through parted lips, blow the exhale away, as if you could propel effort out. Force of gravity takes over. And you breathe. And twist symbolically, wringing out any obstacles to that sensation, that feeling of having. And with your next inhale, roll onto your back. Even out the sacrum if it's not in the center. Press the legs up toward the sky. Both heels, feet flexed like you're standing on the sky. With the exhale, you might gently sway the legs right to left. Just a little massage for the lower back. And with the exhale, bend the left knee to about 90 degrees. Cross the right ankle over it. And then let the knees tip over to the left. The side might be different from the first side. That's fine, just let it be. Wiggle around a little. Find your spot. And then take that deep breath in that seems to expand from the heart. Through every tiny muscle between each rib, all the way across the skin, on the chest, around the sides, through the back. Blow the exhale away, propelling yourself a little further into effortlessness. Next inhale, roll onto your back. Unwind the legs. Catch the feet in happy baby pose. Whether you're clasping the big toe side of the foot or the baby toe blade, squeeze down on the feet with the inhale. Send the sacrum toward the earth. And with the exhale, you might loosen up a little. Maybe you start a rock from side to side. Maybe you straighten one knee at a time. Or just play with the angle of the legs. Notice how it affects the hips. And with your next inhalation, guide the soles of the feet together. Leave the knees open wide as you interlace the fingers around the baby toe edge of the feet. With the exhale, send the knees a little further away. It should feel as though the earth rises up to meet the lower back. One more inhalation here. With the exhale, we'll start to move toward our final resting pose. So slide the hands up the shins to the knees to help set the feet on the earth in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Or you can plant the soles on the mat about max width distance apart. Let the knees knock together. Of course, traditional Shavasana with the legs extended fully is welcome. But wherever you've landed, consider wiggling the hips a little closer to the heels to find that space in the lower back again. And then bring the hands up to cradle the head. Use your thumbs to massage from the shoulders all the way up the neck, right to where it meets the base of the skull. You can keep the hands here, or you can slide them from beneath the head. Bring the left hand to rest on the heart, right hand on the belly. The eyes flutter closed. An inhalation, all the awareness zips straight to the heart, where that intention was birthed. Through a wide open mouth, let the exhalation go with a sigh, releasing physical tension, emotional effort, energetic toxins of which you're unaware, all absorbed by the earth. And from the roots beneath you, the next nourishing inhale flows up, pranavayu, through every bit of your body, tissues, organs, skeleton, all infused with intention now. Through parted lips, flutter the exhale away, as if vibrating that intention out into the space around you, equalizing the frequency. Inhale, just blows in, with the lips gently closed. The exhale rolls out of the nose. Apanavayu. Just let each cell, every noddy, is alive with intention. Gently, slowly, extend the right arm up overhead. Roll onto your right side. Head rests on that upstretched arm as the knees cuddle in. Left hand meets the earth right in front of the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling, make your way up into the seated position where you began. As you exhale, roll your shoulders back. This time, flip your palms to face the sky. Thumb and forefinger unite in Chin Mudra, our yogic symbol that we're prepared to receive whatever it is we need to manifest our 4 pink cats. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Again together. Nourishing inhale flows upward, bringing you right into your perfect alignment for right now. Now exhale cascades down over you. Jaw softens. Shoulders loosen. As the hips let go, the hands fill. And with this one breath, as you inhale, gather it into your heart. Intention, a light. The exhale, lift it up to the eyes. Let your brow rest against your thumbs. So that intention is fused into your vision lovingly. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste.